Hi everyone, I'm Cadet Arnejo. For this video, I'm going to share to you my insights on rigging a pilot ladder. Before we start, let's define first what is a pilot ladder. A pilot ladder is a highly specialized form of rope ladder typically used on board cargo vessels for the purpose of embarking and disembarking a maritime pilot. Design and construction of the ladder is tightly specified by international regulation under the SOLAS regime. A pilot ladder is one of the very first thing which will give an impression to the pilot about the crew and master on board. It is extremely important thing to be considered for the ship's crew. So before we proceed to the safety precaution in rigging a pilot ladder, first is we need to know what is the role of the maritime pilot on board. So, a maritime pilot is a mariner who maneuvers ships through dangerous or congested waters such as harbors, river mouths. When the master or the captain is not familiar on some places which is dangerous to maneuver itself, this is the time where they will request a maritime pilot to maneuver the ship for the safety of the vessels which they are navigating, and also with the protection of the state waters, harbors, ports, the environments, life and property, including the effects that ships transiting a harbor may have on other ships moored at the docks and any impact on port facilities. So that was the role of the maritime pilot on board. So we proceed now to the safety precaution in rigging a pilot ladder. First, before rigging a pilot ladder, you need to wear a PPE or personal protective equipment such as coverall suit, safety harness, hard hat, gloves, and safety shoes to avoid accident and to make sure we are safe while working. Second, check the pilot ladder if it is well maintained and in good condition to make sure that it is safe to use and to prevent accident. Third, rig the pilot ladder properly for safer transfer of personnel. Fourth, the crew in charge if in rigging the pilot ladder should use their knowledge and also follow the instruction from the bridge, because during the pilot transfer using a ladder, a person's life is directly at stake and chances of accident are extremely high, especially when the weather is not good. Make sure that there is always a lifebuoy available. Also, officers and the crew involved the process should thus consider all the safety precautions required for the process. So, we proceed now on rigging a pilot ladder, and these are the few things to remember. First, a pilot ladder should be capable of covering the whole length from the point of access to the water level. The height from the water level is informed to the bridge by the port control or the pilot himself depending on the height of the pilot vessels. Second, the top portion or head of the pilot ladders should be secured at the strongest point of the vessels. And the third one is that the pilot ladder should be positioned and secured so that it is clear of any discharges from the ship with parallel body length of the ship as far as predictable within the halfway length or midship of the ship. The fourth one is that all steps of the pilot ladder should rest firmly against the ship side. In certain ships where constructional features such as fenders or rubbing band prevents the implementation of the above safety features, special arrangements are to be made for the safe embarkation and disembarkation. The fifth one is that two-man ropes to be between 20 mm and 32 mm diameter and made of manila rope or other materials which gives firm grip for climbing the ladder. should be rigged along the side of the pilot ladder if requested. Then the sixth one is that during night, the whole length of the pilot ladder, point axis, and egress should be well illuminated. A life buoy with self-igniting light and a having line should be kept ready. Handhold stanchions and bulwark ladder are to be used if required. 7. If the point of access from the sea level is more than 9 meters, a combination ladder should be used. A combination ladder is a conjunction of the pilot ladder and accommodation ladder. This is a common arrangement found on vessels with high freeboard. The accommodation ladder is rigged in such a way that it leads aft of the vessels and has a slope angle of not more than 55 degrees. Then, these are the action to be taken by officer of the watch. First, collect the necessary information like VHF channel used by the pilots, position of pilot ground, and other services. This information can be obtained from nautical publication NP28 ALRS Admiralty List of radio signals for the particular port or from guide port entry. Vessels Traffic Services or VTS of the particular area also provide such information. Number 2. Maintain watch on VHF channel which is used by the pilot. This is the most dedicated channel different from the channels used by port controls and vessels traffic scheme or VTS. Third, calculate the ETA or estimated time of arrival of the to the pilot for boarding ground. Observe prevailing weather condition and sea state, and the same has to be reported to the master. Fourth, contact pilot on the VHF channel and give information such as ETA to the pilot ground, draught and freeboard of the vessels, the length of the vessels, type of propeller, vessel's current speed over ground, and course made good. The fifth one is ask the received information such as berthing prospectus, the side pilot ladder to be rigged, the height of the pilot ladder from water level, speed and course to be maintained, and report all the data received to the master. 6. Monitor the pilot vessels, maintain proper communication between the pilot vessels and own ship. Then, the officer responsible should be present near the point of access to receive the pilot on board, or when he disembarked, the pilot on board and disembarkation time should be noted and recorded. So, we proceed to the maintenance of the pilot ladder. First, pilot ladder are to be regularly inspected for wear and tear of side ropes, missing wedges, and damages on the steps. The steps should never be painted and should be kept clean, free from oil and grease. Number 2, all the steps should be equally spaced between the side ropes, and the distance between two steps should be uniform. Third, the steps should be always horizontal. Any faulty steps found should be replaced immediately. Fourth, the side ropes are made of Manila rope. They should be continuous and free from ties and joints below the first step of the pilot ladder. The shackle used to secure the pilot ladder should have equal strength and durability, same as that of side ropes used. Fifth, once the pilotage operation is over, the pilot ladder should be secured instead of left hanging on the ship's side. The pilot ladder should be stowed in dry and well ventilated space, clear of the deck, and fitted with a cover to prevent the ladder from sunlight, chemical, and paint spills. 6. It is to note that pilot ladder are solely used for the purpose of embarkation and disembarkation of the personnel. It should never be used for any other purposes like draught trading or any other maintenance work. Pilot ladder should be well maintained and properly stowed, which ensure safe, convenient, and unobstructed passage. while pilot transfer. More information on pilot ladder regulation regarding construction and specification can be found in SOLAS Chapter 5 under the regulation Safety of Navigation. That's all. Thank you for listening.
We got history, got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me.